Okay, I want to say welcome again and welcome and thanks for watching. Okay, this is me working behind the scenes. It's me, Wushu Richard or Richard Clark, working behind the scenes on an animation, a scene, one of my scenes in one of my new animated cartoons I'm working on. And if you will have watched my other videos recently, you'll have seen that I've been actually taking you through the process of how I'm actually doing this. Okay, so far we have a background image, which is this, which I've just created in the last video. Pretty simple, straightforward. And then we have these 4 images here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a guy basically standing up, holding onto the wall, standing up. Now what I need to do is I need to make images of this with this character standing on the background, and also I need to add in a shadow to the right of the image. Yeah, sometimes when you make an animation or any kind of art, sometimes you'll realise that there are problems with, like digitally especially, but you'll find there are problems where you don't want to mess up your original. And that's really a big thing, and that's such as in most, at least, traditional art like drawing or painting on paper or on a canvas, you're going to have a problem if you're doing that traditionally, because you can't make copy backups. Yeah, fair enough, some kind of art, maybe you can photocopy or take other images, but usually it's just not going to happen like that. With painting and drawing, you're not going to be able to have copies and backups. Hold on. So basically I'm going to do some copies and backups, because I'm afraid I may make a mess up with this. So I've got this folder here, stand, and I'm going to make a copy of the whole folder just for now. There's only 5 images in it, and I can see which one is the copy because it's got these Chinese characters there. I'm going to basically go in, okay, and bring in an image, because I'm going to basically turn this off. I'll click on no. This is Fire Alpaca, this software, by the way, once again, just reminding you. Hold on. Okay, so I'm recording. I've got my screen recorder on. Got a beat player, music in the background as usual. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Two Buddy the Man. I'm joking. Now I'm going to bring in this background. I'm going to bring in which ones I'm going to use. So this is a copy, so don't worry. I'm going to bring in this one, the first image, 0, 0, 0. I'm going to bring in the background second, and the reason why is because we're just altering this image. I'm going to bring the background in, so bring the character in first, bring the background in, and then bring it below on the next layer. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a shadow. It's very easy to do, the way I feel. It's the way I feel about things, you know. And what we're going to do is I think we're going to keep... No, we're going to make a duplicate of this, okay. There's another way you could have done it, but I'm just going to basically, I could paint it in with a black, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer. Make this layer, the top one, much darker, like the level of darkness I want my shadow, but it's not totally black. I want to see some level of the cracks detail on the walls and things. I'm going to bring that down below there. I'm going to click on the top one now, so I've moved the darker layer below, but we had to see the level we was doing it, so we had to have it on top first, but then we turned the brightness down, brought the layer now below the original main one. And we're going to start to erase by having the hard eraser. You can have it 100% or maybe 90 something, but I'm going to have it as 100. And I'm just going to choose a fairly sized eraser, hard eraser. Don't choose soft, choose hard. And I'm just going to paint that in. The light is shining from left to right. You can see that because we've got the light on the side of the room there, and we've also got, it's like coming down, it's shining down as though there's like a light from above slightly, not totally from the left. So we're not going to have a shadow going right over here, okay? We're not going to do that. We're just going to have a bit of a shadow strong like below him, and the main like basic shape. We don't have to have one here for the hand, we don't need that as such. We can have a little bit here for that, but it's mostly over. We don't even need to. We can have it on this side here, you see. And okay, fair enough on the arm, but not so perfectly, not like over here. We don't need to, because It's just irrelevant. We don't need to, you know. It's a little bit of a shape there to show there's a shadow. Okay, there we go. And then that's basically all we need for that first shadow. Having a shadow and having lights and stuff, you know, really makes your image look more realistic. I feel if there's light and shadow, definitely, you know, all these little details. It's in black and white, but you know, that's what it's got. So I'm going to merge. I'm going to basically save this image out now. It's a copy, don't forget, so don't worry. Save as. Don't save the background. We're just saving the character first. So go to 000. This one on the copy folder. In the copy folder. Save. Yes. Okay. And there's your image. Okay, we've got an image there. Heck, we've got an image there. Sometimes your images don't look as good as you'd hope them to be. You know, until you actually start working with them and getting more detail visible to you. You know, it makes kind of sense in a strange way. So in the second folder now, let's just take a look at the image. There's the image. It looks like a comic book. Yeah, cool, man. Gonna go in with the this one. Bring in the second image in. So there he is standing up. He looks kind of drunk, but he's not. Now we're going to start. We're going to zoom in and we're going to paint in the shadow for this. You know, I'm not 100% happy with the way he is leaning, but then again, we have to remember in space and time, in movement. I mean, people do move in certain ways, and if you were to stop a frame of film and see somebody, you know, in space moving, you know, in a video frame, you'd see that they do have funny positions sometimes, you know, with the way they stand, you know. Now, okay, so that's basically that. Okay, another shadow there. The shadows move as the character moves, the shadow moves. Okay, you know what I mean? I'm going to say that out. I'm going to go to save as, and I'm going to go to PNG. I'm going to go to this. If you're not too sure, make them larger if you need to see what you're doing. You know, or go full screen, it's up to you. We're on this one, obviously. Bang, yes. Okay. You want to zoom out and get a full shot of that first, you could have, you know. I'm going to go to OK. Oh, I'm going to go to I'm going to delete the I'm going to get rid of the shadow and get rid of the character that we brought in. I'm going to bring the next one in. Okay, so we're bringing in image 3 of these 4 images. I can't believe I've taken almost all day to like do these images just on this scene. I've really got to hurry up because this is supposed to have a lot of fighting in. It's a real martial arts like show, you know. I mean, a lot more art I need to do in scenes, you know. It's a simple cartoon in a way, but I want to have more detail, you know. So going in for this one. More stuff going on. Okay, so basically doing this shadow now, you know, as I said, the light's coming down from above. The light's coming more so down from above, you know. Sorry I'm speaking away from the microphone there, but you can just about hear me, right? Okay, so that's basically that, you know. Okay, so that's basically what we've got for that. File, save as, is pretty straightforward, right? Go there, bam. Don't rush, don't get into a habit of rushing either. You just can't come back to it if you don't have time when you want to do something else, you know. Okay, go here. Yes, okay. Bang. I'm gonna hold control in a moment. Well, once it's saved, hold on for a minute. You could hold control, press Z or Z, you know, multiple times until you get rid of that. And you can see that just took literally 3 steps. All that was 2 brush strokes. Oh, hold on. Why is he back? I know that guy. Okay, so basically we're going to bring this in again, this last image with the guy standing up. Okay, hold on. Bring it in. When you drag an image in, don't drag it onto the canvas, otherwise it will make a new project. If you want to make another layer, either for layers in artwork or for onion skin animation, bring it into here on the right. This is Fire Alpaca, okay, Fire Alpaca software. You can see the name up here, top left. I'm using the 64-bit version. And basically, yeah, you can just bring it in, drag it onto the actual timeline. It may onto the layers here. It may end up in another place, but don't worry, just move it if it's not. Okay, now we're here. We're going to do this last one. We're going to erase some of that top layer of the background to reveal the darkness, the darker layer below, so it appears that there's a shadow, as we've been doing, you know, on the ground from his body, preventing the light was shining on him in a 3D space imagined in our mind. And we don't need much of a long shadow, but it's a little bit more that way, you know. We have to do it a couple of times to make sure it's right, you know. Here, it's not too hard at all, you know. And there we are, you know. As long as you can see these little details, sometimes they just make things work, you know. And you know, he's standing there, and you know, he's on the top layer above all of this, right? So that's that. Now I'm just going to save out. I'm going to go to File, Save As, PNG, Save As. I'm going to be sure what I'm doing. Okay. If I didn't go to Save As, I may make a mistake, and I may if I just went to Save, it may save over one of these images. It will just save over that. And if I exit the program, I've not even got one or two chances of whatever it gives me to even go undo. You know, Control Z on the keyboard, or edit undo. It's not going to give me a chance. You know. So, you know, I doubt you can even go back and like find us automatically saved or whatever kind of save program, because the last save you would have done is that. So don't destroy your previous work. So go to Save As. So even though I've made a copy of this in a backup folder, which is what this is, a backup folder, it's not even the actual one, it's a copy, so don't worry. Even though that, I'm still in the habit here of safety. You can never be too careful, right? So never be too careful. So I'm going to go here and you know, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to basically you know, I'm going to basically save over this one, save over that. Okay, bang. Okay, and then what I'm going to basically do is I'm just going to exit the program, and I'm going to check my art before I delete the other folder, because we don't need two of them. Okay, and there you go. I'm going to go in. I'm not going to do the actual animation now, and I'm not going to like, you know, put special effects on and things, and colour is which you will have in the actual real cartoon. You're going to have some colour effects and some effects on top. Okay, but basically like that. Okay, he just stands up. Sorry about the blur you're getting here between the images. Okay, the blur we're getting between these images here is because I'm just clicking, you know, from these images, viewing the images in on my computer here. See, but in an actual animation it wouldn't be like that when I make the real one. Okay, let me just show you one more thing. Okay, I'm just going to show you something really quickly. I'll just bring in an image, one of these images here, for example, and I'll just show you something. I'm going to bring that into Fire Alpaca, heck, why not, and I'll show you something. Okay, we're going to do a similar thing in the video editing. Okay, we're also going to have things like glows and different other special effects and blurs and things going on, but we're going to have a thing like this with color effects. Okay, where in art software, like art softwares like this, usually digital art software, you'll see that there's like layers can have blending modes. So I can have this one as multiply, let's say, set to multiply, and I can go to here to this gradient map tool thing, and I can choose two colors, like, you know, blue and let's say red. I'm not going to choose these for the I'll choose greenish, yellow, whatever. If I go over there, you see it's going to give me some effects, you see, like this, and it's like, it's just cool, you know. You can just add it like that, you see what I mean, and it's like, it's just cool. And you can go here and I can just adjust that, you know, and then merge that down, go in and choose like the saturation if I wanted to, you see, and you get like some cool looking effects like that, you see. brightness, whatever. Go in, I can even, if I wanted to give a slight blur, I could do that, which I'm not going to mess around with too much, because you can destroy your art and all your hard work goes to waste. But cancel that. Go to, you know, levels and things like that, you see, and it's just a quick, effective way, I find, of like having some colours on there, you know. And even after you've done that, you know, you could even add another one. So like change a couple of colours around, on a blue and red, you know, go on there, go to overlay or whatever, another, you know, whatever it's going to be, adjust the colour of that, you know, whatever it's going to be, see, and then the brightness, you see, and it just gives some feel, like some colour to this scene, you know, which would have been just black and white. And so given the setting where it's dark and you might have certain colours going on anyway, you could manually colour everything, or you could put certain colour areas for different things, but you could manually colour every detail. Yes, you could, but sometimes you wouldn't have to. You could do something in black and white and just have an effect like this over the whole thing, and it would still give, you know, the effect to whatever image is below it. So I could take this image out now, let's say, and put another one of our black and white images in, like this, and the other frame, let's say, you see, put that below this, and then it's going to give that, you see, and that looks pretty cool, right? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? Bring it down, multiply, try different things, you know, try that. See what I'm saying? Just get some various things going on, and you can just see what's what. Bring that down slightly. Now look at that, that looks kind of cool. Bringing that down, go in here, playing around with the, merge them down, go with the hue, change the hue if you need to. You want to go for a warmish red, you could do that and then up the saturation, you see, and just get some real cool stuff going. So what I'm trying to say to you is you can do this, you don't even have to go manually, like you can do this in the video software is what I'm saying. I use some video softwares. You can use things like, you know, HitFilm 4 or Vegas Pro. I like to use HitFilm 4. It's a video editing software. So my goal is to make this cartoon. It won't be these colours, by the way, in the actual real cartoon. But when you watch the cartoon, you'll know how I've done this. Okay, this scene. But what I'm going to say is, you know, you're going to see that you can, you know, see that looks better there. But it's like, you know, you can add various effects in the video software, like HitFilm 4, such as glows, different kind of color effects and things, you know, and you can do all these kind of and you can do all of these different kind of effects and stuff in your video software. So once you've made the whole thing as basically an animation, then what happens next is, you know, it's a video, you know, it's a video clip, right? So you can just edit the video clips, and it will add all of the special effects that you need to various I'm trying to avoid it looking like a spotlight there, but you know, you can add all the video effects that you need, and it will add the same effect over all of your scenes, you know, all of your basic all of the whole scene. So when he's moving, I don't need to manually add these effects over every single frame, is what I'm trying to say. I can have the whole animation playing, okay? And before we do that, let's just turn this off. Well, we're not going to do that today, but I'm going to turn this off for a second. I'm just going to bring these images in, and it will play in a loop, okay? Bear with me, it will play in a loop, but I'm just going to show you this. I mean, black and white even looks cool. I love that kind of manga look, the black and white, you know. Even just making a black and white animation is just cool, I think, you know. But you know, whatever. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in, bring the other frames in, as I say. Only 4 frames for this particular scene of my whole cartoon here, or this shot of one scene. And I'm going to play the animation again. Go to onion skin mode, go to always display first frame, very important. Go to click on always display first frame when you do the onion skin mode. Go down, go to autoplay. Yeah, and it's like, and he's basically standing up, or should be. The only problem is we're missing a frame, it seems. Hang on. Oh no, sorry, I forgot, we don't need to show the first frame because the background's not separate, so my mistake. Don't click on always show first frame if the background is part of the image, which it is for every image here. So the background's not separate now, is it? The background's part of the image. So I'm going to go to view and go to autoplay. Yeah, and that's about right. It's looping, yes, but see, it's about the right speed as well, you know. So what I would usually do is I would have that my first frame, let's say, and let's say we had like duplicates of that, and then the last frame. At the last frame, I would also have like a lot of duplicates. And I'll just play the animation back once they've copied. View, autoplay, and then you'll see like he stands up and he stands there for a while, and that gives you enough time to stop and start your camera. So he's standing there, he stands up, and he's standing there. Ready? He goes like, ugh, and he's standing there now. You see. And then basically what we do from there is, what I would usually do is I would record my screen like I'm doing now, and I would just make sure it's nice and tidy. I would cut the beginning and the end off of this clip, you see, the beginning and the end, like where it's looping. We don't want that, right? We just want the one part. So I would record my screen, because you can't export video files in Fire Alpaca, but once you've made the animation like this, your art and animation, you would put this into I've made a tutorial on this as well, but you can put whether you put your clip, as I say, you put your clip into a video software and you just edit the clip like any video. You just cut the beginning and the end off, whatever, you know, put effects in, put sound effects, music, voices, whatever, and you put lots of different clips. It only depends on your imagination, the art that you draw, the action, what's happening, the fighting, the talking, the stories, the places. It is just limited only by your imagination, what you want to do. So you can make stories. When you've got lots of clips, you just put the clips together and make like a little movie. You can type a story up and make some cartoons. You know, this is what I'm doing. I've got a whole cartoon here that's written as a simple little script, a little list of scenes, and I'm making this into a short cartoon. I really hope you enjoy this cartoon when it's ready, and I hope this is not spoilt too much. You've seen me working in real time behind the scenes, and I want to say thanks for watching. Okay, so from me and our little guy standing up here, we hope you can stand up too. And remember also, I want to say you can adjust the speed here of the frames too, so I can have it faster. See, work the frames, you know, you will make it more faster frames, so so it can be a fighting move. And it doesn't, not only 4 frames, if you've got time you can have like 20 frames or whatever, and different things going on. It just takes a bit of time to draw them, you know. So once you've got that and you're happy with that, you know, you can, you know, do certain things. I want to have it for like 6 or 8 frames I think per second here for this. Yeah, definitely 8 seems okay. So I'm going to stop this video now and say thanks so much for watching. Okay, talk to you again very soon. Thanks. More cartoons and animation to come from me to come. Just remember, as I say, this is not the thing. This is part of my main cartoon, my show. Okay, it's coming out soon. Thanks for watching.